2001, I can remember there was some kind of function which was acknowledging the fact the team had completed 25 years and I was stepping down. I said, Jim, I remember at that time saying that although I was stepping away from senior baseball, I definitely wasn't mothballing myself. I guess he wasn't, he's back again. As a coach, Jim guided the Sooners to league titles in 1982, 83, and 1989. He credited the likes of his former coach, the late Bernie McKinnon, as well as the late Fred Compton as mentors over his coaching career. When Jim took his leave from the Sooners in 2001, he would become president and CAO of the Nova Scotia Senior Baseball League, a position he would hold until March of this year. Along with senior baseball, Jim McCacker was also busy at the Little League level. He was a longtime coach of the Dairy Queen White Sox, as you heard Fabian referring to earlier. He was in the Sydney District Little League, and he put on a number of youth baseball camps and also served as league president. Jim acknowledged the late Bob McKenzie for being a mentor during his time on the Little League executive. He also noted the work of his late wife, Susan McCacker, and was also a key contributor to both Little League and senior baseball in the community for nearly 30 years. In July of 1995, the Archwood Avenue Field was renamed the Susan McCacker Memorial Ball Field in her honor. Ladies and gentlemen, inductee in the Builders category, Jim Rico McCacker.
I'll be very brief. I know David suggested that we weren't going to move things along too quickly tonight because of the Detroit game, but if you'll notice, I have my Detroit tie on, and I'm kind of anxious to find out how we're doing tonight against Pittsburgh. So my comments will be brief. With your indulgence, I would like to take just a moment to offer some important thank yous to the Cape Breton Sports Heritage Awards Committee and their chairperson, Carol Miller. Thank you for the time and the work that goes into putting on an evening like this. Being a builder, I appreciate that what you see is the final function here, but really what goes on behind the scenes, obviously this is months and months of work, so I'm very appreciative to be a part of this tonight. Also, I would like to thank the selection committee for seeing fit to enter me into the hall, greatly appreciated. To the sponsors of my application, it was done very quietly. I think someone referenced that earlier. I had no idea it was being done. And I must probably cite John Mulvihill. He was the villain, I think, that led the charge, and my sister Mary, and they had a little committee. So I'm very appreciative that they did put the nomination together, and obviously that it was successful. Also, not to miss anyone, I would like to make a general thank you, and that would be to the many players, coaches, executive, recreation community support, and any others who have played such an important role of support over the 40+ years that I've been involved in sport, and probably in particular in the sport of baseball. As I reflect back over those 40+ years of participation in the sport of baseball and also recreation programming, I feel so fortunate to have been involved for so many years, but more importantly, to have had the opportunity to work and play with so many great people. And a lot of those great people are here in the hall tonight. In closing, I want to say I'm so appreciative and at the same time very humbled to be receiving this award tonight. However, what is so very satisfying, and I think Lauren referenced it earlier, is that I'm being acknowledged for doing something that I've had such a love for and I've enjoyed so much over my entire career. My family is here, there are a number of friends. I thank you for being here, and I thank you all for being here tonight. I'm so very grateful for the award, and again, I thank the organizing committee. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, just before we move on to these